them so far in this tournament. And for Hibiscus Coast, well, they were unlucky not to get the job done against Glenora a couple of games ago. But back at it again now as we wait for kickoff. The final game before we get into playoff footy. The final pool play game.
There'll be a little half-hour break as we get to the final pool plays, just to give the players a wee bit of a rest, because this is the last lot that will then... Whoa, he let the ball bounce. And he's gone. That's part of the routine.
And just about a nightmare there for the Hibiscus Coast Raiders, but they survive. And all is good for the time being. David into dummy half. Shuffles the ball out to his right. Both feet off the ground there, and as a result, held is called. Back to the middle they come. Shifting play on. Step back inside there from the Hibiscus Coast, just short of halfway.
Shane Price, when he was here earlier, made a fine observation. He likened the Hibiscus Coast to an oversized OAR team. You know, quick, fast. And I think it's put them in good stead for this competition.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're super skillful, a lot of these boys. Playing some really good footy. Certainly a joy to watch now as they come out towards the left. Dinks a little kick in behind. The chase is on, but Howick have it nicely cleaned up at the back via their number 3. And it's George Edwards, I think, having his first run of the day in front of us. Troy, we've covered a couple of Howick games, but I think George on the team sheet for the first time in one of our games.
No, I think there was a little cameo earlier on in the piece, because I remember him doing a restart. It must have been very short. There we go, Nick's away.
Nick Wilson, the footwork, the offload. Eventually taken down just on halfway there, and penalty is the call, and fair enough, momentum had stopped there. But Troy, what about Nick Wilson? We know him as a hardened forward in the Fox competition, but showing a little bit of extra skill today.
Yeah, he'll be happy with his form today, and in regards to getting set up for the 2018 Fox Memorial, it'll put him in good stead, you know, so he'll be a good player for the Hornets moving forward.
So Howick kick for touch. So the Hornets get things back underway now. Nick Wilson again takes the ball forward. Working the ball forward now. Out the back they go now. Nick Wilson hanging off his shoulder. It's a nice run forward here by Howick. Side to side stuff from the Hornets early on. Connor Morris. Jethro Friend clears the ruck. Head out towards this left edge now. Picked up by Jonathan.
Unless they've swapped jerseys.
They've gone 10 metres back, and that is definitely not Jethro Friend wearing the number 9 jersey, so they've obviously got a number mix-up here. Definitely have Jethro down as the 9 on our team sheet, but we'll try and get confirmation of who that player is for you. In the meantime, the Howick Hornets pushing hard on attack. Ball comes out the back. It's the mystery man and number 9. The mystery man's got footwork, finds Nick Wilson. Nick Wilson's going to go crashing over, I think. Did he get the ball down? He did indeed. Excellent work, and the Howick Hornets are on the scoreboard. Nice work there. Inside line from Wilson. Crashes over the line and gets Howick on the scoreboard, 4 points to 0.
So there's a lot of work happening in the admin tent there, and this is actually turning out to be a very important game today for both Howick and the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. And, you know, the winner of this game is going to determine a lot of outcomes. And the kick is good. So they're heading back now to the halfway mark, and hopefully Corey's managed to get that news, his head wrapped around it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, math's not my strong point, so we will wait for official confirmation here. But what we do know, Troy, is this game is going to be crucial now. A win for either team here could see them book their spot, and a loss, and they could both be out. So we get back to the action now. There's a high restart claimed by Blake James. Hands it off now. We've received confirmation Jethro Friend has pulled his hammy, so he will be out for the remainder of the day. So we'll try and get confirmation of who is playing in the number 9 for the Howick Hornets. But certainly a big loss for Howick if they are to advance, not having their inspirational man at number 9, their skipper. Up over halfway go the Howick Hornets. David. Shift out towards the left edge. Little inside ball there, just testing those Howick defenders out. Up to task so far. Now it looks like they're setting up for a set play out the back here. They're going to go for the settler. "35 metres out from the line, and inside the 10 it looks like. And it's going to be a play the ball infringement, in fact. So Howick Hornets dodged that one. Hibiscus Coast perhaps a little unlucky on that occasion. And we'll kick for touch now and restart things. 5.5 minutes gone here, and the final pool game of the Sportsafe ARL Nines. And just confirmation that it is Liam Prendergast who has filled the number 9 jersey for the Howick Hornets. We mentioned earlier, Jethro Friend out with a pulled hammy. Liam, of course, no stranger to high-level football himself, spent a bit of time with the Junior Warriors, come up from the Waikato.
And somebody's back from Whakatane as the ball goes to the sideline.
So 20 metres out from the line now, the Howick Hornets to build some pressure. Hibiscus Coast, this will mean a lot to them. There's a big crowd here watching them today, and they will desperately want to be part of those championship finals. Now the Hornets go down the right edge. Little dart out of dummy half here, and it's going to be an easy try for the Howick number 5, George Prescott. We've seen him in action in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership, and on that occasion there just catches them completely unaware. See if we can catch the replay there, but just summed it up beautifully. Knew that he had the numbers advantage. So back to the live action now, and the kick is low and wide, and the score will remain Howick Hornets 10, Hibiscus Coast 0.
The feeling is probably Hibiscus Coast Raiders really need to get one on the board now before the break, just to get back into the match.
So short and high, as has been the theme of the day. It's going to take a horrible bounce for Hibiscus Coast, but clever play from David there. Just taps it back to his teammates, and away they go, spreading the footy. Nothing about safety first here, Hibiscus Coast. And Dean is bundled into touch. That's good defence there. Connor Morris getting involved. Takes him out over the sideline. So good work from the Howick Hornets.
You don't want to be sitting. We're just having a quiet chat on the sideline here.
They take the ball forward here, the Hornets. Prendergast again into dummy half. Hands it off to the big fella. R4. 20 metres out from the line. Sloppy play the ball. Which side are we going to get? It's going to be an infringement either way, and it is going to be called a knock-on from R4. So after some good work, it is a knock-on, and Hibiscus Coast now get the ball. They're keen to get things going and in a hurry. David shuffles the ball on. 45 metres off the line. R4 involved in the tackle. David darts out of dummy half. Now he's caught them napping. Well closed in the end by the Howick Hornets. There goes the siren in the background, and that'll do us for the first half. It is the Howick Hornets 10, Hibiscus Coast Raiders 0, and the final pool game from the 2018 Sportsafe Auckland Rugby League Nines. What are you looking forward to most about the tournament this year?
Well, as usual, with our being our fourth year, we're really looking forward to the live streaming. Actually, last year and the year before, it proved to be fantastic and an excellent way to profile Sportsafe's name and get it out there amongst not only league players but schools and rec centres and colleges and universities, which is our predominant customer base for the services for Sportsafe.
Got these events as well and all the nice Sportsafe fans out there, so I guess it's a event that the whole staff get behind as well?
Absolutely, it's a bit of a privilege for them to get out there have a weekend of fun and stand on the sidelines and join in with the barbecue and the players later on and help out with the presentation. It's something that all the staff really look forward to now. It's really enjoyable for them.
Heading into the fourth year of Sportsafe. Back to it, ladies and gentlemen, and the final 9 minutes of pool play about to come around before we get into the playoffs. We are just working out the playoff picture now. No, you're right, Troy. And you mentioned
how important are those 9 minutes?
Well, that's right, yeah. So the scenario we have, basically, a win for either team could bump them right up into the playoff positions. A loss could see them home. So away we go. It's taken a horrible bounce for Howick. Are they going to get there? Hibiscus Coast have recovered it. And it's Lewis Harding who has got it and is... Oh, it's called back in the end. The big fella, he thought he had the free run to the line there, Troy, but we're going to be called back for a knock-on, and I think it's going to be a Howick play the ball 20 metres out from the line.
Not only is it a bit of disappointment, but it also turns out to be a shock when the whistle goes.
Spoken like a true former forward. Play the ball on the 20 now. Howick working their way out. We mentioned it's a new look Howick Hornets team. Plenty of new faces on display today.
Great run from dummy half. They've just chewed up a few metres to get down to the halfway mark here, Corey, and they're now over it and off and gone. Oh, just
Lovely
about.
A little bit of footwork there to get them up over halfway. And a nice run by Dre Roberts. Head back towards the centre of the park now. If they're not careful, they'll go right through. Plenty of waving going on and calling for the ball out wide. The Hibiscus locals.
Something happened there. No, that meant the boys hurt.
Yeah, and he must have heard something there because a bit of immediate concern showing. Obviously heard something.
He was pretty keen. He got up and played the ball.
Yeah. So it is Johnny Vutubau, who is down for Howick, back to his feet now. The kick in behind. Be wise to clean this up and in a hurry here. The Hibiscus Coast, that's a great tackle. Dre Roberts, is he going to pin him in goal? Just got out. Right up on the line now. David hands the ball out. I think that's Harding. So tough work here for the Hibiscus Coast, getting out of their own end. Little chip over the top now, and the foot race is on, and he's standing a good show here, but he's clicked it. Now they need to be careful. Staggered line. Howick Hornet, the eyes light up. Here we go now on the break.
Great tackle.
Beautiful legs tackle there to take him down and kill off the threat. Roberts. They settle play, bring it back to the middle through Vutubau. Roberts now shuffles play on. Out the back it comes again. Big looping ball, and that will do the job. Connor Morris says, I'll take it. And that is a try. Howick 14, Hibiscus Coast 0. Kick to come. And are we about to see the home side bow out of the playoff picture? And the Howick Hornets advance. It'd be a brave effort from the Hornets, if so.
Well, we saw almost the Houdini miracle last year with the Hibiscus Coast Raiders.
That's right. Can't count them out, can you?
Although how much is on our clock, mate?
12 and a half minutes gone in this one. 3.5 gone in the second spell.
Yeah, maybe the clock start mounting against them. Anyway, a few interchanges taking place now. Big strapping Nick
Roberts
is back
wide
onto the Howick Hornets team.
with the kick, which leaves the score at 14 points to 0. And back to it we go. So Hibiscus Coast, the clock has suddenly become their enemy, not to mention the scoreboard.
That's what I was trying to get out earlier, and you beat me to it.
Back underway we go. Bit of directing traffic going on here for Hibiscus Coast. Step back inside, Blake James. Get the ball out the back, and it's going to call him back and tell him to play it there, and the locals don't like it. So Hibiscus Coast now working it out, 25 off the line. Here's a nice little bit of second phase. The ball spilt out the back. Is it going to break down? Heading for the corner of the field, turns his mate back on the inside. Nice stuff here from the Hibiscus Coast. Second phase to die for as they work it up towards halfway. That's a high shot. And the home crowd let the referee know about it. So Hibiscus Coast now to kick for touch. David with the ball in the hands. George Edwards, Troy, you can hear him barking out. Self-control. Let's make sure we look after this.
It kicks. Yeah.
And into touch the kick goes. So 20 metres off the line. Here come the Howick Hornets.
Crowd's trying to
Getting that defensive line set. And Troy, you mentioned the crowd really starting to blare up now.
G them up to get down there with a wee bit of energy, a bit of urgency. Here comes the big guy, and he'll have an attitude on.
So Hibiscus Coast now. David into dummy half. Misses out Buck Hall. Instead finds his playmaker who puts on a little bit of footwork. Nice stuff there from Isaac Barn, I think it is. Buck Hall, shovel pass. David hands it off. Going very close here. Howick get there in numbers and just drag him back.
We got three. Somebody has to hit the line, hit it hard.
They bring play back to the middle of the park. Blake James. Ball in over the top here. They got numbers. That's lovely work. That is a great try, Hibiscus Coast Raiders. And it is Andre Suku who goes through for the try.
They really need to be able to convert this now.
So about 4 minutes to go by our count, which means this conversion is absolutely crucial.
Not a bad strike. Waved away.
So 14-4 it remains as the clock starts ticking. Hibiscus Coast will be keen to get this restarted as soon as possible. It'll be a short kickoff for sure. And looks like he's nailed it there in terms of distance. Ball is loose, picked up by the Hibiscus Coast. Here we go, game on all of a sudden. Here come the Raiders now, the home team. Dean slices through the middle, Buck Hall hands it off to David. They get the ball out wide here, it's a loose ball. And it's going to go back for a knock on, I think, and the Hibiscus Coast crowd riding every moment of that one, weren't they? And I think we've got a knock on there, have we, Troy?
Yeah, the referee's blown it. He's called them back. And it looks like the ball's going to change. And again, looked like the Houdini play was about to unfold as like last year. And it's not the first time we've seen the Hibiscus Raiders do this sort of magic. So
they've still got time. They've shown that they can score tries in quick succession at this tournament. And if they can defend this set, get the ball back in decent field positioning, they have well and truly still got time. George Edwards now takes it to the line, puts on a little skip. Gets the offload away. Was that forward? Play on is the call. The crowd don't like it. And now we've got a penalty, I think, for inside the 10. So things going from bad to worse for the Hibiscus Coast. And calls for the Howick Hornets to slow things down. So the Hornets will start this set, 45 up their line. Prescott. Jordan Papa gets play back underway. Roberts. Vetu Bao, nice offload. Nick Wilson's back on the field. 40 metres out from the line. Clock ticking down for Hibiscus Coast. Roberts. Turns Vitibal back inside. Good yardage on offering there. Little dart out of dummy half. Nick Wilson runs a hard line. He's going to be hard to stop from there. Eventually takes 3 of them. They get him down. Little dart out of dummy half here for Howick. They don't need a try here. Just complete the set. Chew up as much clock as you possibly can. They don't need a try, but I think they're going to get one.
Yeah,
certainly gone very close.
It's all on out here on their right-hand side.
So knock on is the call inside the last minute by
Ball
our
weight.
count. Remember, our clock won't be perfectly in line with that of the match manager. David now takes a quick tap, looking for a gap, and the referee says time off, go back, try it again. And this is not helping the Raiders' cause at all. So away they go again. Howick now have time to reset the line. That's going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Howick Hornets 14, Hibiscus Coast Raiders 4. We await confirmation on what that means for the playoff picture. But in the meantime, we will take a short break and be back to resume streaming as we head towards the playoffs. If you are just tuning in, thanks for joining.